Hello student, welcome to my channel. Myself Rajiv Maurya from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Student, today we are going to start a new chapter which is very interesting and very important. That is the square and square root. The question from this chapter having great chance to come in the examination, so that I suggest all the student who watching this video, please try more and more question to solve for your better practice, as well as this concept of square and square root are also important for your future study. Okay, so I hope you would like this video and try to solve more and more questions. So student, let us start our today's topic, that is the square and square root. So let's start. So student, let's start from square. So first of all, we have to know what is the square. So let us see the meaning of square. As we have discussed in our earlier classes, two topics. The first was area of square, area of square, and the second, which was exponent or power. Okay, exponent or power. I will explain how these two topics will useful for the better understanding of square. So first of all, let us see the square, area of square. As we know that area of square, area of square is given as side into side. Okay, or it may be written as side square. Okay, if we suppose that length of the side of square is x units, okay, then area will equal to x into x, which means that x square unit square. So that here we can see that the area of a square is given in the form of x to the power 2. This quantity is read as x to the power 2, so that this is called square. Let's see from the concept of exponent and power how it is useful to understand the meaning of square. So as we know that when a quantity is multiplied to itself two times, that is if 5 is multiplied by 5 two times, then in exponential form it can be written as 5 cross 5 is written as 5 to the power 2, and it is read as in two types. First is 5 square, or in exponential it is read as 5 to the power 2. Okay, but here 5 read as 5 square is more accurate than 5 to the power 2. That is why a number having the power 2 is called square. So that, sorry, so that square can be defined as square can be defined as the square of a number the square of a number is the product of itself. Okay, for example, we can see that square of 2, then square of 2, then we write 2 into 2 is equal to 4. This statement can also be written as 2 into 2 is equal to 2 square, and the value of this is 4. Okay, so this is called square. So I hope the definition of square is clear to everyone. So what is the definition? The square of a number is the product of itself. The square of a number is the product of itself. And here we have seen the example of square. Similarly, square of 3 can be written as 3 into 3 is equal to 3 square, and value of 3 3 is a 9. Okay. Similarly, square of 4 can be written as 4 into 4 is equal to 4 square is equal to 16. Similarly, 5 square is equal to 25, and we can say that square of 16, then we write 16 into 16, and it can be written as 16 square, and the value, then what is the value? Then we have to find the product of 16 and 16, and which will be equal to 256. Therefore square of 16 is 256. So student, I hope I am clear with the definition of square. Now let's see some properties of square. So let us see properties of square, because the properties to know is very important, because in without the knowledge of the property of square we cannot determine which number is the perfect square and which is not the perfect square. So properties of square. So the first property of the square is if if a number have 2, 3, 7 and 8 as their unit digit as their unit digit can never be a perfect square. Be a perfect square. So the first property you can see which says that if a number have 2, 3, 7, 8, 2, 3, 7, 8 as their unit digit can never be a perfect square. How? So let's see it by an example. Here if a number is given as 28, 28 is a given number and we have to check that 28 is perfect square or not. For this let's check. As we know that 28 is belong between the square of 4. The square of 4 is 16. Square of 5 is 25. Square of 6 is 36. So here among these three square we can see that 23 is not available in these three square. That means 28 is a number which lie between the square of 5 and square of 6, sorry 36. Okay, so here when we find out the square of 5 we get 25 and the square of 6 we get 36, but between these two square we did not get 28. Therefore 28 is not a perfect square. If 28 will be perfect square, then it must have a number which when multiplied to itself give 28. But there is no any number which when multiplied to itself give 28. Therefore 28 is not a perfect square. But why is it so? Because in 28 the last digit is 8, and as you have seen in the properties of square, if a number having 2, 3, 7 and 8 as their unit digit can never be a perfect square. So I hope the first property is clear to everyone. Now let's see the second property. So that the second property is if a number has odd number of odd number of 0 as as last digit as last digit never be a perfect square. Perfect square. So here in this property we have seen if the number of digit odd, then it cannot be a perfect square. So let's see it by an example. Here we have 50. In 50 we can see that the last digit have 0 as 1, and 1 is an odd number. Therefore the number of 0 in 50 is odd in number. Therefore it is not a perfect square. Similarly, 90, 9000. Here number of 0 in 9000 is 3, and 3 is odd, so that 9000 is not a perfect square. So student, I hope the property as I told is clear to everyone. The some properties are left that we shall discuss in the next class. If you have any doubt, then please mention your doubt in the comment section. I will clear in the next video. So we shall meet in the next video with new properties. Till then, goodbye and take care.